Hello and welcome to this episode of Hobby Banter. In this series, this is meant to be to listen to whilst you do a bit of hobby or anything else, just whatever you like. Just keep you a bit of company. And at first today, I finished these 4 Necrons, 3 Warriors, and my second Overlord yesterday. And they need some tufts, so I'll start with that today. It shouldn't take that long. Then I'll be painting some orcs. In the meantime, I'll be talking a bit to you guys about what happened, how my week was, future plans and such. So I started these Necrons like a long time ago, but over the summer, due to a lot of other stuff happening, I didn't really get to paint a whole lot. I painted some commissions, but not really my own stuff. Also made me decide that maybe I shouldn't be painting commissions anymore, because in the end of the day I want to finish my own stuff as well. I just have a few commissions left to paint at the moment, and apart from maybe really interesting or really small ones, I might leave it at this. And there's always the option of painting stuff and selling it on eBay, or just whatever. So I already have an Overlord painted, but I decided to paint this one as well, because I actually like this model a bit better. Painted quite some gems on the back. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not really that big of a deal. So yesterday the I'm finally back video went live, and I want to say thank you all for reacting, all the nice comments. Really made my day and encourages me to continue on this path. Just for a long time I just didn't have energy to do videos, or actually anything at all. I play some games obviously, but didn't get to a lot of painting or video making, editing. I actually found an old battle report, which by the time this video goes out should be out, but it went a bit wrong. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't. It's up to you. So I'm painting up a couple more orcs for the kill team. I had a bit of a talk with Igor about recording some games. So occasionally we will make some battle reports. Not as frequent as before, and that was actually pretty stressful to achieve, to record several battles a day and then have to do Q&A and all the other stuff we did. And it also had as a big downside, we didn't get to do what we actually wanted to do for ourselves, that is. So since we both took interest in other games, we also want to be able to play those games. So as far as it looks right now, there will be battle reports again, but just not that many. And maybe if Igor wants to, we can do some other games as well. like I showed in the previous video, I bought some Bushido models and also Infinity. And we both bought Relic Blade, which we played one game so far, and we haven't been playing a whole lot of games lately, being due to every time one of us had some other stuff to do, or forgot about the appointment, or whatever. So I'm hoping we can quickly get back to frequent gaming again. Normally we get together once every 2 weeks. And in a couple of weeks time, oh, I should turn off my phone. In a couple of weeks time we have an entire weekend of just gaming planned. From Saturday till Monday actually. Normally we get together on Monday. I'm just going to turn off the sound. So, Igor sent a message. I'll respond to him later on. As always, let me know in the comments what you have been working on lately. I'm very interested in that. After this video I will record a 5-pound challenge, which beat from mini Warzone setup. And the meaning of it is that you take roughly 5 pounds. Well, over here it's euros. You go to a pound shop or something equivalent of that, and you try and buy 5 items for hobby. And that video probably will be out before this one as well, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. So, painting these 4 orcs to add to the kill team. This weekend I got the Elites book. And, well, these guys already were in, but I just hadn't gotten around painting them. So, painting 2 Lutas and 2 Commandos should make a pretty nice addition to the team. And I hope to get them, well, I should be able to get the oil wash on them today, so that the rust is in place and that I can later this week start painting the skin and all that kind of stuff. I was gonna say crap, but it's not crap. It's needed. And add a bit to the orc team. The last game we played with the orcs, they clearly showed they could use some extra punch. So in last week's video I talked about losing a bit of weight. I lost 10 kilograms already in total. There's still a lot more to go. There's quite a lot of me. I'm at 115 kilos now, which still is way too much, but well, I feel happy, on my way back to a normal weight. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I'm just doing it by changing my diet actually. So for those of you who did math, I was 125 indeed. And then I still have to quit smoking. Okay, but I first want to lose the weight. I gained the weight in an attempt to quit smoking, so another attempt would probably harm me in that way. Not that smoking isn't harming, but man, I wish I never would have started smoking. Would have saved me so much crap right now. But well, I did. Stupid me, stupid younger me. Now I have to deal with it. That's another one. I'm just putting the last highlight on the metallic parts with some silver. Nothing fancy or special. And the necrons are finally really done. I'm currently working on a couple of tutorials as well. One on 1000 Suns, and I have some. Whoa, that blade's bent. I'll fix that in a bit. One 1000 Sun video, or probably two, Terminator and a regular dude, which I'm painting. I already have some of them finished, because I'm doing an entire army of those buggers. Just seemed fun. I chose the hermetic blade colors. Which are the light blue with purplish iconography on the weapons. Like these. I'll zoom in a bit. One sec. This is how they turned out. Pretty happy with them. But like I said, more on that later on. Let's get this out of the way. Let's go on and paint the black parts. A bit of anthracite, and now I can start highlighting the black parts. And like I said, this shouldn't take that long. Just need to find the black parts. Here's a bit. So my daughter, how do you call them, the examinations, they started, and she has to undergo a few more before they can come up with a plan to help her. So one side it's pretty stressful, but on the other side, at least now she's going to get some help, and we're going to get some help. And hopefully we'll be able to help her while she's growing up, and after that clearly, but let's have her big first. And she just turned 5, so she's still very young. We're very early. Maybe the fact that we already have 2 kids with autism helped in recognizing certain negative behaviors. But yeah, we'll see. It's not really a whole lot we can do about it right now. So it's just a wait and see game. But it will be okay. Sometimes it's hard to stay positive, but I'm always trying. It doesn't always work, but if you don't try at all, then yeah, you're for sure not gonna go anywhere, get anywhere. Forgot to paint a little piece. I'll do that in a bit. I do this in a pretty stripy manner because I still need to put in the rust later on, and that will cover up a lot of the little uneven painted parts, so I'm not going to be worried about it too much. Here's a bit. And this is just the first highlight, so it's a bit of a rougher one. Let's see. Where did I paint black on you? Oh, for sure here. I really love this model. He has this looted weapon. Clearly it's a las gun with a las cannon fit on top of it. Really looks good. Really cool. As far as I can see, I'm going to have some good fun painting this one. Not that the other one's bad, but this one just looks really funny. I'm a bit quiet, I'm sorry, but I'm a bit tired. It was a short night last night. One of the kids woke us up pretty early this morning. So I have to discuss with Igor if we're going to do the Q&As and such again, or if we're just going to leave that out, or if I'm going to do it on my own. We'll just see how that goes. Igor did share with me that he thought it was a bit too much at a certain point, so, and I don't really disagree with him. And it should be fun, shouldn't it? Because if it's just too much, chances are you're just going to give up at a certain point, because it gets too overwhelming, and that's not what I ever wanted. So therefore, like I said in the previous video, there will not be a schedule. Just whenever a video is done, I'll edit it and upload it. So there might be weeks with like 6 videos, and there might be weeks with no videos at all. And I did a weekly video. I'm thinking of making that more like a monthly video. Just an update on what I did for my own collection, basically. Well, on to the next layer. It should be 3 parts anthracite. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 part white. So I always write down how I paint my models, so that if I don't paint a specific model for a while, or a unit, or models for an army for a while, I can always later look up how I did it, and I can really recommend it to everybody to do that. It's really helpful. You don't get lost on your own minis, and you have roughly the same color every time. And of course, I forgot to paint the freaking Space Marine, which I just wanted to have black as well. I should be using the right color. which was just pure anthracite, so, and then I can highlight it. Now let's put the highlight on. The dog's barking, I don't know if you can hear him. I also decided I needed a few improvements for the channel. I got very annoyed with my sound in my tutorials. Just couldn't get it right, and I seriously blamed it on the microphone. So this weekend I bought a new microphone and made a little test video. The sound appeared to be really good. So was an investment, but I'm happy with it. People are wondering about a Blue Yeti Blackout. So not super expensive, but still pretty costly. And the one that I had, I actually nearly had to cram into my mouth to be able to talk into it. And this one can sit nicely on the table in front of me. I can just talk. It has the option to control which sound it picks up and which it doesn't. So you can just literally let it focus on one side and ignore the other 3 sides, or you can let it focus on 2 sides in case you're talking with somebody and you want to record both voices, or all the way around. So pretty useful. So as far as that goes, I can't really wait to make a new tutorial, or to finish one. I'm working on some, like I said before. So that should be better, and that should then give me a better feeling about the quality of the video, and so on and so on. Starting to look like something. After this, it's one more layer for the black, and then the white needs some highlights, but and once that's done, I can put the oil wash on them. Would be awesome. And then they need to dry till like at least tomorrow. I'm sitting here now with closed windows. The window has to be opened after that as well. So I'd probably remove myself from the room. But then I could start working on dinner for this evening. So there's always something to do. Yesterday whilst painting, I was listening to Pete from Mini Warzone, and he was talking about a doner kebab, and I got so freaking hungry. I decided not to mention what I'm going to eat, just because of that. He made me hungry. He made me want kebab. I didn't get some, so, and that feeling went away. It's bad for the overweight, so I believe next week the new Sisters of Battle, or, well, maybe you can't even speak of new, but Sisters of Battle will be released. maybe it's me, but I'm completely missing the hype. I do have to say that I never had any interest in them. Don't know why, I just never really liked the range of models. I like nearly all the figures GW does, but Sisters of Battle, I have had an army of those, but and I combined them back then with Grey Knights. This is before you had anything like Inquisition in game, and oh no, Inquisition was there because they were in the Witch Hunter Codex. But the people I played with, they agreed that it was okay to use a combination of Grey Knights and Sisters of Battle. So I wanted like an inquisitorial force built that way. It was good fun to play, but I only had a regular Sisters, I believe, and some Grey Knights. They were all, especially the Grey Knights, were super expensive. So it wasn't just, oh, let's take like 50 of those and let's rampage in. It didn't work that way. Add a bit of white. And I can finish him. Or the black at least. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there was one up here. It's a search every time, so probably I'm forgetting one or two. And I'll find them later and then still paint them, because they don't get to decide. I get to decide. So it's a bit grey now, but it will work out just fine. I did on the other models as well, so. Well, the Space Marine isn't going to be the eye catcher, so at least I don't hope so. Didn't intend to. If it is, I might need to repaint this orc, but this is okay. Still a bit on the back of the Marine's head. So, like I normally do, I'll just keep it at like arm's length, just to check if everything's okay. And I'm okay with it. Because if you look up close, well, it's first of all, it's easier to see mistakes clearly, but also you can see things that on the table aren't even going to be visible. And my focus always is to tabletop models. So these are not going to be competition pieces or whatsoever. So it's not really, a couple of mistakes isn't going to ruin the army. Now, I'm currently trying these brushes out, and I have to say I really like them. It's a nice sturdy hairs, and they seem to be of good quality as well. I'm painting with this one for, well, a couple of weeks already, and it still does what it needs to do. They're pretty cheap compared to Winsor & Newton's and those kind of brushes. So I'm actually thinking of starting a little web store, selling these on behalf to benefit for the channel. So the proceeds will go to the YouTube channel to improve on that. At least in the beginning, because I don't know. You never know what's gonna happen next. It helps to stay away from Patreon. And I have a good way in getting these brushes, so relatively cheap, so that I can sell them for not that much money. Because it would overshoot the idea. If I would use it as a money grab, which I don't want to. But like I said, I really like them. Maybe I can give away a couple of them in a little bit of time, next month or something, so that other people can get to try them as well and see if they like them. Let's see how far we are. We're like half an hour in. I really have, for my feeling, I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. Just had lunch, so that's also not really good, because I always get tired after lunch. Isn't there more? Yeah. Just thinking there should be a little pain on this weapon. Oop. So let's get a clean one. Now it's onto the white. And these are painted in the exact same manner as I did Mega Knob. Was it MacBoy in Mega Armor? Seems to be something in the way, so I use a cocktail stick. To clear the way. So it's this one, and then a layer of pure white on the white parts. And I forgot something. I noticed. just remembered that I had to be careful on this part, and then I remember not highlighting it again. So another power claw for the army or for the kill team. That should be really helpful. The one power claw in the kill team right now more than once has been of great value, so like I said before, especially on the black and white, the stripy way of painting really makes it look worn and damaged. Like that. Well, I know you can't really see it very well, but again, I've done a tutorial on these in the past, so with relative crappy sound, but maybe I'll redo some videos later on. I'm not sure yet. What's actually funny is that the video I myself didn't enjoy as much to make, the Tau Fire Warrior video. It's actually at the moment the best video on the channel, and I'm not super proud of the end result, and I'm also not really I don't really enjoy painting Tau, so and the aesthetics of those models are just not my thing. And the funny thing is that that video is the best video on the channel so far. Where far better paint jobs don't manage to do that. I don't know what it is. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking about that. Maybe I should just title my videos, "Look at the mini I hate that I painted." Maybe that works, I don't know. It's not me hating Tau, by the way. Don't think that. I know there's a lot of people who really dislike Tau. I think it's something to do with the way they play. I do feel they're kind of boring to play against. At least the games I remember playing against Tau in general were pretty boring games. Just by the way Tau plays. Had nothing to do with my opponent, clearly. I always, at a certain point I felt like Necrons are like, we're standing here and we're gonna shoot at you. But Tau seemed to be, we're standing here, we're shooting at you, and then we're gonna hide and stuff like that. And then the drones. I'm not even gonna get started about the drones. That's just. But then again, I can also see that if you like playstyle close to that or something like that, the tactical flexibility that it gives. Since Tau do have fast moving units, if I would make a Tau army, it would probably be more like based around those type of units. I'm not sure if Tau have a flyer, but you know, somewhat the bigger guys, and I don't even know the rules exactly at the moment, so don't really care. Well, we're nearly there. This all went faster than I expected. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to do until, well, I have more than enough to do, that's not going to be a problem, but, or I can just have a shorter episode, and that's also an option, clearly. Maybe that's the best option, since I don't have that much stuff to talk about. Or do I? I'm thinking I can talk about the weather. It's cold, it's raining. It's crap. It's typical Dutch weather. So, yeah, we discussed that. So it's good fun to be making videos again. It's good fun to be actually painting quite a lot again. For myself, that is. Yeah, should be fun in a bit. I need to fix the bent weapon in a bit, but I can't do that with the camera on. It's gonna be too noisy. Yesterday I decided to sit downstairs and paint, and I had my headset on from my computer, and I was listening to a video, and something happened. And normally I would listen on my phone, but because I was sitting in the living room and my wife was watching television, I had my headset on. And something happened, and the sound was so loud. Then all of a sudden I understood why people don't cough and sneeze in videos. And then I remember me doing that. I probably have done it again in this video. And if you're listening with a headset, that's kind of disturbing. So I apologize for that if I do that. And then I also got why people don't like it when people drink on camera. The sound is pretty awful through a headset. I don't really mind, but I can understand that people don't get super happy about that. I always tend to think that there probably is a good reason somebody is drinking. Well, I've been drinking in videos in the past, so that is non-alcoholic, clearly. But yeah, it's not a pretty sound. So I wanted to actually go to Spiel this year in Germany, and then so I already took arrangements, and I wanted to go with Igor, and then our cat came home, bleeding horribly, and he got into a fight, and clearly he lost. So there was a pretty big bill from the vet, and well, that ended Spiel for me. Normally I go to Skill Model Challenge, but I didn't go there this year. I decided I wanted to go to Spiel. But going to a convention like that without money is just like, you that's just like harassing yourself actually, because that's what's the fun in it. So I decided not to go, unfortunately. There's always next year, isn't there? So I'll just wait for a year. And Scale Model Challenge is great, but at a certain point it's also nice to go and visit something else. So these guys are done. Thinking of what I could do now. I can always build some Thousand Suns, I guess. So let's just do that. Let's get a couple of. Ooh. The new sorcerer. I need it. And these two are done already. So I'll just go for like building a couple of these. Building isn't really my favorite part of the hobby, so I think most of you know already, because that's not a secret. See it as a necessary evil to get to the good part. So I could nah, I need the booklet for the weapon. Just be sure I get the right arm. Maybe I should just clean up a bit first. This one to the side. And then after the video I can put the rust wash on the orcs. And be done with them for today, that is. It says 4. So it doesn't matter which arms as long as I take them from 4. That's cool. Here's the arms. So I'll go for 1, 9 and 10. Yeah, I'll go for 9 and 10. It's pretty strange making videos again. I really have to remind myself to turn off the music and all that kind of stuff that's needed for it. It's quite easy to forget. And then get a strike on YouTube for breaking copyrights and blah, where you never intended to do that. Knife. I have this really big pot of glue. I ordered the wrong one. I'll try not to shake the desk too much, because the tripod is standing with one foot on the desk, and if I constantly hit the desk, it will get really shaky. For those of you who are actually watching the video, that would be annoying. Scraper. This thing, by the way, really works great. Knife works as well, but this thing goes way faster. And you don't have the chance to cut into the model or what you have with a knife. I got my USB problem solved. I got a sort of like universal hub thing where I can put in all different types of cards and sticks, and it just changed it all to an USB, and works really well. Thank you for the advice on that as well, for those of you who gave advice on it. I'm not that technical, so whenever I see something like that happen, I'm gonna stress out a bit, and then I'll go look for stuff to fix it, but and usually I'll find it, but like I did now, but I was like happily recording a video, and then I found out that oh crap, I can't do that with my new computer, and I still have my old computer, so that's not really going to be a big deal. But I don't want to constantly have to change the screen from one computer to the other, and instead of buying an extra screen, I rather had which would have been bullshit anyway. I rather had a nice microphone. Because even I don't really care about those curved screens and such, because you need to sit straight in front of it, and I have two screens, and I actually sit in the middle of both of them. I find that far more convenient. Also, when I'm just doing something else on my computer than editing a video, when I'm playing a game or whatever, I still sit in the middle of both screens, and then I sit a bit turned towards one of the screens, and I just find that more pleasant. Oh yeah, I forgot, this isn't really really well thought, as happens more often with certain manufacturers. So now let's put it together. Yay, it worked. Now, oh yeah, I needed to drill a hole. It's one of those days, guys. One of those days. So, I'll drill the hole later. I guess it's not gonna really hurt. So, let's get screws. I'm gonna need some bolters. How far are we? We're like 51 minutes. So I'll do one more and get bolter on there. Let's see if I manage to not forget to drill the hole this time. So by now I know what's going to be visible and what's not, so that saves time. I do have to say, I really enjoy painting those Thousand Suns. Some friends of mine, they were like, "You're gonna regret that." Painting on the trim. But turns out when you paint them and you have the trim done, you nearly finished the model already, because there's so little other stuff going on in the model that normally you would paint tons of other stuff that these models just don't have because of all the trim. Now, painting all that trim isn't really super interesting, but it surely makes it rewarding once you manage to finish the trim, because of the model nearly being finished by then. So that's actually really nice. And sometimes something that appeared to be negative can turn out pretty positive. The hand. This is one of the reasons why I don't like building models. I just don't have the patience for stuff like this. I just want it to go together, fit, so I can get painting. But like I said, I seem to enjoy the painting the trim, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah. Could do some shoulder pads. One. Let's see. That's a 107. Do we have another one? We have another one. Because they need to be the same. Take these two. Now I need two heads. It doesn't really matter. I think I need them all in the end. So, and I need two backpacks. The backpacks are roughly the worst thing to paint about these guys. So, well, yeah, let's do the backpacks first. Oh yeah, not on the desk. So as always, let me know what you've been working on. It's always nice to hear and read, and it gives me a good feeling. And I'm sorry that I wasn't as talkful today. I was a bit quiet. Hope you don't mind. Try and get some subjects to talk about for the next one up front, so I know what I'm going to talk about. I think I did it in the past as well. Just get some subjects so I know what direction I can go in. I'm probably forgetting to talk about things I should be talking about, but that's okay. So I'm going to end the video right here. I'm going to finish these two guys and then do the oil wash, and then I'm going to clean my desk up. And I'll record the other video tomorrow. So, I'm going to say thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully, I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the last short hour. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye.